hard to believe that such horrors can happen in a place of learning. But these next 3 disturbing college horror stories will make you think twice about going to college. These stories are so scary that they'll make you never want to set foot in an academic institution again. Starting off this countdown, we have The Vanishing Hitchhiker. A man was driving home from his first day at a new job when he decided to stop for a drink. He entered the bar and ordered himself a beer. As he sat there enjoying his beer, he saw a woman walk in who he recognized as one of his co-workers. She looked incredibly drunk and stumbled over as she walked. He watched her stumble over to the bar and order a drink. After she took a few sips, she turned around and screamed at the bartender, "You're all a bunch of jerks. I hate this place." And then she started to walk out. He knew that she lived pretty far away, and it was way past midnight. So, being the nice guy that he was, he offered her a ride home. She accepted, and he walked her out to his car. Once they got into the car, she told him that she had just moved here and that she didn't know anyone. He dropped her off at her house and said goodbye. The end. Well, not exactly. The very next day, he arrived late to work only to get chewed out by his boss. His boss told him that he should be fired for drinking on the job and staying out so late, and to top it all off, he couldn't remember any of it. He didn't remember drinking or going to the bar at all, and he tried to explain that he must have been set up. His boss just didn't believe him. Was his coworker playing some kind of a prank on him, or did something more sinister happen? You decide. Moving on at No. 2, we have Death by Fraternity. It was the night before one of the biggest parties of the year at State University. Students were getting ready to cram into the local nightclub and dance the night away, but one student had other plans. Jeffrey was tired of being bullied by the guys in the Sigma Chi fraternity. They always made fun of his small stature and taunted him mercilessly. But tonight, he had had enough. He snuck into their fraternity house and waited until everyone had left for the party before striking. He poured lighter fluid all over the floor and set it on fire with a match. Then he hid in a closet and waited for the carnage to begin. When the partygoers returned, they found the house engulfed in flames and had no idea what had happened. Soon enough, authorities discovered that 6 students had died of smoke inhalation, and another 9 had suffered serious burns. But they still had no idea how the fire started. That was until they found Jeffrey hiding in a bathroom covered in cuts and bruises. He had clearly tried to escape the scene, but had changed his mind last minute and hid instead. He was arrested and sent to jail, where he is still serving his life sentence. This is one of the many reasons why fraternities are a terrible idea. Coming in at our No. 1 spot today, we have Camp Bloodbath. For some people, the greatest part of going to college is going to all the parties. One particular college was notorious for its insane parties. The weekends were filled with binge drinking, drug taking, and general mayhem. It got so bad that the dean held a meeting with all the students to threaten them with suspension if the partying didn't stop. But this just made things worse. The students held a massive party that night and drank so much that several of them ended up dying. But this wasn't the first time that this had happened. Several years prior, a girl had died at one of these parties. It seemed like every weekend there was some sort of death or injury at these parties, and everyone was starting to get fed up with it. Students started writing anonymous letters to the dean demanding that he do something to control the situation, but he simply ignored them. What they didn't know was that he was receiving money from the parents of the students to turn a blind eye to all the debauchery. He even went as far as to hold an award ceremony for the students who drank the most. Fed up with his blatant disregard for their safety, the students decided to take matters into their own hands. They organized a blood drive in the campus center and invited the dean to speak at it. He gladly accepted the invitation and spoke to the students about the importance of donating blood. But little did he know that they had a surprise planned for him. As soon as he finished speaking, they confronted him and told him that they knew about the money. They threatened to expose him unless he did something to make the party safer. And finally he listened. From that day forward, he took steps to ensure that the parties would be safer. Campus police were called whenever there was a death or injury, and undercover cops infiltrated the parties to keep an eye on things. And while this is a happy ending in the sense that no one else died, it doesn't take away from the fact that multiple people had to die for the dean to listen to the students in the first place. Thank you guys for watching. You enjoyed this video? Then make sure to leave us a like and share it with your friends and family.